This is a typical courtroom scene. You're pretty familiar with it, right? Well, are you familiar with which of these people has a career so in demand that there will be thousands of job openings in it over the next few years? Nope, not the judge. Not the lawyer either. It's the court reporter. The what? A court reporter, also known as a stenographer, transcribes the spoken word at 225 words per minute using a stenotype machine. 225 words per minute. Stenographers provide verbatim transcripts and real-time captioning from exciting venues like courtrooms, schools, sports stadiums, and even home. And some of them even get to do so internationally. Electronics can't ensure or testify to the accuracy of the words or punctuation they're capturing.
Sorry, I didn't quite get that.
Making court reporters indispensable. Because it is a lucrative career with many paths that allow you to choose where and how often you'd like to work, court reporting is the perfect career for our diverse community. To get started with your court reporting career, find a program near you at ncra.org/schools.
Is it your opinion that texting was the cause of the collision?
I'm a freelance reporter. I set my own schedule and I make a six-figure income. Absolutely.
I'm a stadium captioner. I work in a suite. And I compete nationally.
So you can see, with some very simple computations,
I am very proud to know that my work as a card captioner took my deaf student from a B- to the honor roll.
you can solve a very complex problem.
I'm a broadcast captioner. I get paid to watch TV from home. The captions you see below were provided by me.
Here's John John's turn to display the master of the modern era and land like a cat.
And how would you describe his demeanor?
Objection, Your Honor. That requires speculation.
Working in a courtroom provides stability and amazing benefits. It's never boring, and I get to hear all kinds of high-profile cases.
Overruled.
Ever wonder how court reporters can keep up with blazingly fast dialogue in the courtroom and get every word no matter how fast the testimony whips by? Or maybe while watching the news at the gym, you wondered how the live closed captioning works. Is there really someone behind the scenes typing that all out? Welcome to Stan's quick and dirty video on how steno works. Steno, which is short for stenography, also known as shorthand, is an abbreviated symbolic writing method that increases speed and brevity of writing as compared to a normal method of writing a language, with the ultimate goal being the ability to write as fast as someone can speak. Back in the olden days, this was accomplished by means of a written shorthand system like Gregg or Pitman, in which series of lines, curves, dashes, and dots represented sounds, which had to later then be transcribed back to conventional text by the original stenographer. But before I get into modern stenography and how it differs from the keyboard you're probably sitting in front of right now, let's establish some baseline speeds. The average typist on a QWERTY keyboard can go anywhere from 40 words per minute to 60 words per minute, with the fastest possible speed maxing out at about 120 for short periods of time. The average English speaker usually speaks at a rate between 180 and all the way up to 300 plus. Professional stenographers can generally hold a constant rate of 200 to 300 words per minute, with the world record for machine steno in English at 360 words per minute. That's 6 words per second. So why exactly is steno so much faster than QWERTY? Let's get one thing straight. Steno is not typing. Typing is when you get one character of output per one press of the keyboard, whereas in steno, you press multiple keys at the same time to make a steno outline, which must then go through a translation process to produce readable text. This is why court reporters call the act writing and not typing. Modern steno machines have varying form factors but utilize the same underlying layout. The keys correspond to phonemic values rather than letters, and certain combinations of keys are used to substitute for sounds that are not present. Multiple keys can be pressed simultaneously like a chord on a piano, but they do not get mixed up because they always appear in a predetermined order in a chord, left to right, top to bottom. Before computerized steno machines, these chords would come out on a long strip of paper with each row corresponding to a stroke or a chord. The stenographer would then have to go back and transcribe these notes back to regular text. So if I were going to write the phrase, "Hello, how are you doing today?" I would first write the stroke for hello, which is HL, and then how, which is HOU, RU, which is RU, TKAOG for doing, TOD, which is today, and KWPL, which is my stroke for the question mark. One misconception about steno is that the stenographer just mindlessly types what they hear while the computer figures out the rest, but actually a clean transcript is dependent on the user's ability to correctly recall and execute the strokes they predefined in their personal dictionary, so if he or she forgets how a certain word is defined, or has poor finger placement, it comes out completely wrong. So that's my video on how steno works. You can visit my blog at stenographer.com if you want to read my steno ramblings, or follow me on Twitter at stenographer to see what I'm currently up to. If you're interested in maybe picking up steno for yourself, check out openstenoproject.org for more information on how to download Clever and get started learning steno. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching.
There's so many things I like about court reporting. I could go on, but I would say if I had to narrow it down and think of a highlight is I'm exposed to scenarios and stories and areas of the world and the law that I would not normally be exposed to. And my takeaways from that both feeds my knowledge, feeds my soul sometimes, and I feel like it empowers me to have the knowledge just to do better in the world because I know more. Other things I like about reporting? You can do anything with it. You can create and carve your own career. You can travel. You can stay at home. You can work as many hours or as few hours as you want. You can create whatever setting. And the great thing about it is there's no ceiling to what our opportunities are. We can grow it to whatever we need it to be.
The money is very good, and court reporters make as much money as they want to make, pretty much. It is hard work. You need to like English and like words, probably like talking a lot, like speaking, and like using computers and technology. It is a high-tech profession, and we, court reporters, we just love it, and it's a secret that very few people know about. Millennials need to know that they don't have to go to college to get a job. Many of you have, and you can't get jobs. But if you get out of court reporting school, you will have as much work as you want.
I would encourage anybody who's considering going to school for court reporting that they should do it. There are so many opportunities available. being a millennial or being a younger individual, I think it's great. There's so many opportunities. If I want to work 8 to 5, if I want to work part-time, if I want to travel, if I want to stay stationary, I can do all of it. I can go to any city I want.
This job there is nothing that can compare to it. This is absolutely one of the coolest jobs in the world, hands down.
I have to agree.
It's just so cool. It's like there is not one day that you come home. Everybody has good days, everybody has bad days, but there's not one day that you come home and say, oh my gosh, this job is the worst job ever. I mean, you get frustrated, but at the same time, it's what? Why are you laughing at me?
It's true.
Oh, okay.
I became a court reporter a long time ago. First, I went to college and got a 4-year degree and couldn't find a job I liked. And then someone told me about court reporting, and they said, it's really easy and you make a lot of money. Okay, well, it's not really easy, but it enabled me to support a family of 4 for a really long time in a comfortable way. It's the most interesting, exciting profession I could ever possibly imagine, and I was so lucky to stumble upon it.
I have been a court reporter for 25 years now. Now, I never thought that I would be here this long, but I am, because this is a career that I absolutely love. And I love it because it has exposed me to some things that I have never even dreamed of being exposed to. And you are in the company of different people from different walks of life. The experience and exposure that you receive from court reporting, you couldn't get that anywhere.
I took a tour of the school. I stood up in the class and looked at one of the classes, and then I said, where do you sign me up? And I've loved it ever since. It's basically like a language. Sometimes it could be a lot of hard work, but when we produce the transcript, we're proud of that transcript. You can make good money from it, and it's a really, really good career. You can freelance and make your own days and your own hours, or you can be an official like I am, and you do 5 days a week, 9 to 5, and then sometimes at night you're working on transcripts, but when you get the pay, you're excited about it, and it's all worth it.
Helping people in college that have a hearing loss. I went to nursing school for 3 years. I went to the College of, the School of the Art Institute in Chicago for 3 years with my student. I went to DePaul Law School with a student and the University of Chicago. Now, I probably couldn't have afforded any of those schools, nor been accepted probably at any of those schools, but I got to go to college and get paid to go to college. And I'm telling you, I learned. And so I really suggest folks to get into this career. It is the coolest, it is high tech, it's well paying, and you can also form your life around it. It's not so demanding of a career that you just feel like you are spending all your time at work. You can have that work-life balance. So I hope you join us.
Cheryl Casoni from the Fox Business Network is here with that and other top companies. What about NCRA?
Okay, so this is court reporting.
misnomer about court reporting. 30%, only 30% of court reporters work in a courtroom. You think you're doing law and order. Really, the jobs are medical transcription, going into law offices, taking depositions, things like that. The monies can be pretty good, anywhere from $43K to start up to $90,000. Court reporting actually there's going to be about 5,500 jobs over the next 5 years, and you've got to get certifications. Got to have like 2 or 25 words per minute or so, but benefits can be offered, and you have kind of an interesting job. I mean, the stuff that you may hear as you're
Pretty
transcribing
fascinating,
things.
I'm sure. That's the reporter in us coming
So
out.
it's not booze, but it may be, a more sober activity.
Yeah, you're so good. Thank you so much. I love this segment. You're helping out so many Americans.
Thank you. Everything's at CustodiExchange.com, all the websites.